Hey, Intuitive Soul Tribe. Melissa, Intuitive Soul Coach here, excited to bring to you today's Pick a Card reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, so beautiful souls, we will be focusing on 3 piles today, with the first pile being a tiger's eye tower. So if you are attracted to this beautiful tiger's eye, then there may be something in pile 1 for you. Now, pile 2, we have one of my personal favorites, Rainbow Moonstone. Rainbow Moonstone. If you are attracted to pile 2, Rainbow Moonstone, then there may be something here for you. And last but not least, we have this beautiful Selenite Chakra wand. So you can see the Selenite behind it, and then it does have the colors of the chakras as well. So if you are being called to pick the Selenite Chakra wand, then there may be something in pile 3 here for you. So if you need a moment, beautiful souls, just pause the video, really connect and tune in. You may want to save this video. You can come back at a later date. You may be attracted to another crystal, or maybe you're feeling the energies of all 3. There is no right or wrong answer. Whatever you are being pulled towards is the pile for you. So I will meet you on the other side. And again, if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. Hello, pile 1. You chose the beautiful tiger's eye tower. So tiger's eye can really bring us a sense of sharp clarity, focus. It can be a really fortuitous stone for communication as well as studying, exams, putting the pieces together. And as I was in meditation, wondering what it is that we were going to talk about today, I kept hearing rebuild, repair, and rebuild. So there may be some messages around repairing and rebuilding things that have maybe been a tower for you in your world, pile 1. For others of you, this is about you manifesting a brand new opportunity. Your first card out here is the Law of Attraction. The law of attraction is about you working hard towards manifesting what your dreams are into reality. This talks about positive affirmations, magnetic energy. Some of you may be working with a vision board. You may be trying to stay in that abundant mindset, but sometimes that can be difficult. Sometimes we can overthink situations. We tend to put all of our time, all of our energy and efforts into manifesting what it is that we want, and it can actually physically, mentally, spiritually exhaust us, and it can at times push away what it is that we are trying to attract. So I am getting the message here of taking a step back and letting the universe have some breathing room to work its magic here. You are on the right track, pile 1. You are on that right path moving forward, and what it is that you are seeking, you will find here, but it's taking a little bit of time. I am getting some sort of celebration with you as well. Some of you may have a birthday coming up. There could be an anniversary. You may be hitting a milestone. They're just showing me balloons, and that is my symbol for some good times ahead. So I feel like whatever it is you are manifesting, it may show up for you sooner rather than later. Now, for some of you, it could certainly be a vacation. Your next card up here is the Rest and Retreat. This is all about taking a little bit of time out. As I had mentioned, we can focus a lot of our energies and efforts towards productivity, towards trying to create something within our business, within our career, within our relationship, where sometimes the biggest and most important lesson of all is just to step back. Go with the flow instead of trying to control how things work out, or instead of trying to busy our schedules, our home, our minds with things to do or accomplish or be. This is about just stepping back, finding that peaceful place, relaxing. Some of you, this is about downtime, healing, and recovering. It's about taking a little bit of time out for you to recoup. There may have been a situation that was challenging or troubling to you, pile 1, and I feel like it is important for you to just step back, because you may have rushed from one situation into another. For example, This is just an example here. You may have gone through a relationship and it may have been very difficult, but you may have found someone immediately after or right on the cusp, or you were still 1 foot in and 1 foot out here, but there wasn't much room for just you to heal, recover, grieve. That could be the same situation with maybe a job or a career path where you have all these ideas and you're not quite following through or allowing some of that downtime for that creativity to flow, for that healing to flow here. For others of you may be taking a vacation. You may be even going on a spiritual retreat, pile one. You may be meeting your soul tribe, and it could be through meditative practices, yoga, like minds. I'm just getting crystals as well for you. So you may meet someone maybe at a crystal shop, or you may be talking to someone about crystals, gemstones, or you may be purchasing them in the near future if you haven't already. Now, your final themed card here is new life. So a lot of you have some really big changes showing up. And with the tiger's eye, this is about laser focus. It can be that page of swords type of energy where you're focusing on the details of things. You're going over, checking the list twice kind of energy, and you're preparing. I'm getting this preparation for you as well because there's big changes ahead, pile one. This is the time for you to hit that reset button, but that could be why you have the R&R as well. There could be a little bit of a waiting period, which would be beneficial for you. For example, if you are going from one career position to a new one, or an old job to a new job, that 2-week period in between, or just having a little bit of that time off instead of rushing right into it, especially if you can give yourself a day or two to unwind, maybe travel, spend with family and friends, because things are going to speed up here. And this is what you have been wanting. You've been wanting to manifest this, but it's absolutely going to bring about a lot of movement. But you can see here that these two people sitting in the lawn chairs, they are resting, they are recovering, they've come a long way. And some of you may even be traveling to a place that's sunny, maybe it has palm trees, but this is about rebirth. It's about growth, heading towards a new journey, whether that is a career journey, a new relationship journey, or you've just leveled up. I'm getting that energy of leveling up here. You've learned some very valuable lessons, and now you're going to take those lessons with you as you move forward. And some of the cycles that you've been in, for a few of you, it could have been karmic cycles, but for others of you, I feel like you're not repeating that same storyline that maybe had happened for you in the past. So this is a really powerful themed card to show up for you, especially with law of attraction. So allow yourself that downtime because things are going to speed up here for you. Now, when it comes to money, finances, and wealth, a lot of you are rebuilding those finances. You're overcoming obstacles. You have the Crown card, which I really love because all great things come with a little bit of struggle, right? That's in an essence, what makes it so wonderful is because we've worked for it instead of it just being handed over. So I do feel for a lot of you, you're making progress here, whether you are an entrepreneur, you may be a CEO, a manager, or maybe you are just looking to take charge of your financial situation. Some of you, it is, again, building a side project or a hobby into a full-time business. For others of you, it is finding new income sources. It is setting up a plan for retirement. It is about you being able to grow and not deal with people that maybe may be a little bit unprofessional, dominant at times, or go through power struggles. They really hang on tight to money. And I'm getting here, excuse me, I'm getting that someone may be very, very tight with their money where they don't want to maybe give raises, or they expect you to do more with your time but pay you less. So there could be someone around you, excuse me, that you are working with. And as I'm talking about this person, my throat is starting to act up. So it could be a communication issue where this person doesn't want to talk to you or communicate with you about money. You may be trying to get a hold of this person. Maybe, excuse me, maybe it's a real estate agent or a professional, a boss. It could be an interview where you're waiting for some sort of communication, but I am getting that King of Wands in reverse where they may be hard to reach. Maybe they're a little bit inflexible or even a little bit bossy. Now, I don't feel like this is you, pile one, but I do feel like you've struggled with people like that in your career or in your financial sector here. The good news is you're taking charge, making progress, and definitely overcoming some of those financial setbacks and career obstacles that you have faced, because you have this new life, new energy here. If you're looking for a new job or you're looking for advancement, because I keep hearing that leveling up, this may show up for you sooner rather than later. Next, you have the pendulum. The pendulum is about choices. It can be that back and forth energy where you're trying to come up with new strategies. I also feel like somebody has been pulling you along, kind of going back and forth with you saying, oh yeah, pile one, we'll give you this raise, or this is a really good idea and we'll implement it. But then the time doesn't come. So it's like all talk, but no walk, right? It's all talk and no action here. And you may be dealing with someone in your world, whether it is in financial matters, career, or maybe it's even in your personal life that's affecting your finances, but a little bit back and forth, a little bit wishy-washy here. This can be about a job change, making choices that are going to benefit you in the long run. And that's what Tiger's Eye can really help you do, is focus on those changes, get into the nitty gritty, the details, take a look at something that you may have missed. I'm getting here as well for those of you that may be editing something, or whether this is a book or you are taking a class, there could be an exam showing up here. Or if you are going in for an interview, Tiger's Eye can be a beautiful stone to help you feel clear, feel sharp, and feel precise when it comes to making decisions, but also about your communication. And now my throat's cleared up after I'm done talking about that power struggle. So some of you, it could be speaking up more. It could be asking more questions and asking those raw details that maybe other people don't when it comes to an interview, or it could just be you getting clear with yourself, standing in your integrity, taking a look at your beliefs. Are they aligned with what's happening in your outer world? So a little bit of fluctuation here, but I sense during this pause or during this timeout period that you're going to have more clarity than you felt or had in quite some time. So what else do we have here? From your soul's truth deck, you have, how can I surrender even more in this moment? It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire, but it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. Yes, we talked about this with that law of attraction. Here is the clear intentions, Tiger's Eye, right? It's about getting clear, being precise, but also not obsessing over it, because that can actually tell the universe that we are in this obsessive type of energy. That can be a lower frequency, that can lower our vibrations, where what it is we're trying to manifest is actually pushed further away from us. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. I think I said this earlier. Beautiful. This is about letting go of the wheel and trusting so deeply, pile one, that trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, but you know is coming in. Yes. And that's what I'm feeling intuitively here for you. You have this new life. This is past, present, future energy here, in a sense here, where you have been working on your law of attraction, trying to manifest something. In the present, you have the rest and retreat. So just taking that step back, and in the near future, you do have the new life. So this makes perfect sense with what your soul is trying to tell you at this time. And I do feel like if there has been miscommunication or power struggles when it does come to your finances, your career, this could even be your own self at times having that power struggle. Do I stay? Do I go? Do I implement this new idea to my business? Do I work with this client? Do I apply for that position? So a little bit of power struggle within your own self. Just step back, take a little bit of time to relax and surrender into this, because clarity is going to show up for you. Today's soul action, pile one. Know this, that so deeply that your soul vibrates, you are not alone. Your life has purpose, and the more you surrender, the more God can produce miracles in your life. Today's mantra: I surrender. I accept all that I cannot change. I release the outcome, and I joyfully trust the process. When we don't trust the process, we tend to control. We tend to hang on to things. We tend to bring fears and anxieties. But if you are to let go of that wheel a little bit, because what I'm sensing here, and they're showing me almost like, you see those drivers when you're on the highway, and sometimes you know that they don't like to drive in a 5-lane highway. I mean, who does, right? But they're gripping that steering wheel and they're hunched over and they're looking over the windshield, and they're just in that state of panic and that state of fear. And yes, they're trying to pay attention. They feel uncomfortable, but if they were just to kind of loosen up a little bit, loosen the reins, surrender, you can actually become more aware of what's going on around you instead of succumbing to that anxiety and that fear and that panic. So surrender more in this moment. Next, you have here from the tarot deck, you have 3 cards that came out right away. You have the swords, 4 of swords, queen of swords, and strength. Some of you may be air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or maybe even have strong air placements, or you're just dealing with a lot of mental challenges, whether it's communication, it's obstacles, decisions, it can be thoughts, thinking, and intellect as well, trying to make logical decisions. But you have the 4 of swords. This is that card of R&R, pile 1. This is the perfect time, regardless of when you're watching this. This reading is timeless. You may decide to save this and come back in 5 months, and this message may pertain to you as well. Downtime. 4 of swords says at times you're obsessing, right? Overworking, overthinking, ignoring the signs that your body is trying to tell you, especially if you feel wore the heck out. If you've been running yourself dry to the core, or if you've been not taking your body seriously when your body is saying, hey, slow down a little bit. I need some rest. I really need to nap right now. Or I need to be nourished with healthier foods or hydrated, or I need to take some time out because I've really been thinking about this and it's causing a headache, right? Because your body always speaks to us. Our bodies are beautiful, magnificent energy beings here, and this is our home here on earth, and it's important to listen to our bodies. 4 of swords is just taking a little bit of time out. Some of you may have felt like you were in hibernation mode as well, and I'm getting that for some of you. It's time to come out of hiding, if this is you, and to implement that energy of what you've been wanting to manifest into this new life. Okay, so yes, you may have had that downtime. And this can also be, now this isn't going to resonate with all of you, but some of you felt a little bit stuck. Maybe you felt barricaded in this hole. How do I get out? Melissa, I've been having a lot of downtime. I don't even know what to do with my time, right? Or maybe feeling a little bit of lethargic, or just maybe even lazy within the intentions at times because something hasn't worked out for you, or it's taking a long time to manifest. Then it tends to at times have you hole up a little bit. I'm getting here, yes, surrender is important, but hope is important and knowing that you are on that right path. And I keep hearing that for you as well. And you also have with this, remember it says, let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, but you know is coming. So for those of you that feel stuck in this hibernation mode, turn that stuckness, right? Stickiness, stuckness, whatever you want to call it, into gratitude. And sometimes that's difficult when you are feeling at that lower vibration. And sometimes there's only one direction to look, and that's up. And Spirit is saying here, trust, because big changes are coming in for you, pile 1. These big changes are clarity. You have Queen of Swords, Libran energy here. This is all about being observant, being logical, rational, truth seeker, bringing wisdom and clarity to a situation as well as your intelligence. Because you have, again, tiger's eye would be a perfect stone for this Queen of Swords, having the clarity to cut through any of those obstacles, to have that clear vision, and you're making logical, rational choices and decisions for you at this time, but you're also keeping that heart center open, which is important. Now, some of you may be at times, you may even be a teacher, a mentor. You may be a police officer, a journalist. You could be someone who's straight to the point. You could even be, again, a coach or a mentor, and you're just feeling a little bit stuck. But the world needs you, whatever it is that you do. You could be a grocery store bagger. You could be, sewing hats for cats and putting it on YouTube, right? Whatever it is that you want to do, the world needs you. And sometimes we think, well, is our presence or is, what we do here on earth, is it worth it? And I feel like some of you have questioned that at times. And I want to tell you here, absolutely. Regardless of how big or how small you feel like you are making a difference here, it all makes a difference. Now, you've been through a lot, pile one. You have the strength card, and I really like the illustration in this strength card because you can see the snake and the mouse. Now, what is the first instinct of the snake, right? All of you, what is the first instinct when you think that a snake sees that mouse? Instinctually, it wants to eat it, right? That's its prey. That's its food. That's how it survives. So there could be a little bit of survival mode going on here within you. And that's the first initial reaction at times because we are a soul having a human experience. But what's happening here is the snake and the mouse, they're going beyond that initial reaction of fight or flight, survival mode. And they're taking a look at it from a higher perspective. Literally, they're meeting each other eye to eye. And they're seeing beyond. And the strength card is about gentleness, kindness, compassion. Instead of sabotaging what could be maybe even a beautiful friendship, right? Between you and yourself, between you and your shadows, between you and maybe someone that's been very difficult. And not saying you have to go out and friend everyone that's been a challenge to you, but the strength card is about forgiveness as well. You have that inner strength to not let impulses, to not let urges, or to not let the world get the best of you. And you've absolutely come a long way. And I'm getting here emotional maturity as well. You see that heart in the bottom. So a lot of you have learned to tame some of those impulses or those urges of unhealthy patterns, limiting beliefs, dynamics, or things within the relationship sectors of your life as well, because I feel like that has been a difficulty for you, is even trusting in other beings, trusting in other humans, trusting in the universe, right? Because there's this big piece of trust. And I'm getting here that you're rising up. And sometimes that's what we need to do, is rise up and give a challenge a wink. And we say, we got this, right? We got this. Our soul already knows what it's here to do, what it's here to experience. And you connecting with yourself, trusting and surrendering is going to be very important on your journey. Next, you have new beginnings showing up twice here for you. You have the new life along with the new beginnings. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving, and therefore continuously changing and evolving. And sometimes we let that evolution, that change, turn to fear, right? We fear the unknown. What's the next step? We're constantly looking for validation, or you may be tuning into tarot or watching more readers. What's going on? What's happening here? And sometimes we can let that fear succumb. We can succumb to that fear, and it's important just to step back, especially if you feel like you're going down the rabbit hole, right? This is about a brand new beginning here. And it says, be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have courage. Hello, strength card. Have courage and strength and faith, because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction. Yes, whether this is, again, career, money, a move, travel, relocation, relationships, health, whatever area of your life you have been wanting this new beginning in, it's showing up here for you, and it's coming in really soon. Now, the other tarot is the Page of Cups. There is the news, the message, a new opportunity that's going to open your heart up, and you're going to feel really, really wonderful that this is happening. It may actually take you by surprise because you've wanted it for so long, and then boom, it's here, and you think, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this. I don't even know how to react or respond, right? This is about you being gentle and kind with that strength card, being loving to yourself and others, dreamy energy here. So this is something you have been dreaming about and wanting to manifest for quite some time, and keeping that open-hearted energy. It says a new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships or social invitations. This is also about great intuitive insights. So you will receive those intuitive hits, I feel, sooner rather than later. Some of you may have recently been dreaming about a situation. You may have been connecting to your guides through meditation. I'm getting here that you already have been aware of some sort of message or news. So it's not going to be by complete surprise. I feel like your soul knows that there's a shift coming because, again, you have this new life showing up twice for you. But the Page of Cups, when it comes to love, this could be a new love offer coming your direction, something that's very playful. For others of you, this could be news of maybe a child coming into the family dynamic, whether it is someone marrying into a family that has children, or it could be adoption, it could be pregnancy. Even though we don't have the Empress here, this can be children. It can be younger children, it can be adult children. It can be the beginning of a new journey, a new path. And that's what I see here for you. Something that's going to fulfill you on all levels, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and mentally. And last but not least, the one card that I did pull for you, I picked was the Tiger's Eye, because you do have the Tiger's Eye here. And I wanted to read to you the message of Tiger's Eye from the crystal spirits here. This is all about positive willpower, pile one, optimism, the power to manifest essence into form. I love it. And that's what that law of attraction is all about. And it says clear purpose. And we've been talking about that clarity and intention. Everything, including our planet, began as an idea in the sea of infinite possibility before becoming manifest in the realm of form. And the conditions you see today are the result of intentions created in the past. Know that in this moment, you have the power, pile one, to begin co-creating something new with the conscious universe. You have what it takes to do what needs to be done. So with that clear intention in mind, take a deep breath, roll up your sleeves, and begin the work for its manifesting time. But remember what it just said. First, take a deep breath. Whether that deep breath lasts for a few days, whether it's a pause, rest and retreat, and then roll up the sleeves and get to work, because then, like I've been saying, you have that new beginning coming in here for you. Tiger's Eye Spirit reminds you not to get distracted by the largeness of a task, as you have the universe working with you, sending allies and messages to make the job easier. Like the mountain goat ascending the peak one step at a time, you can let go of your worries and just look for the next foothold as you begin the manifestation process. Prepare the soil for planting. Crack a book that will educate you in this next phase, and get ready for some powerful manifestation energy to partner with you. I love this. This is the perfect stone to align when you are trying to manifest your dreams. So I love that the law of attraction came out for this energy, because this is really about manifesting and clarity and having those details in your energy. It brings vitality to your process while keeping us focused on completion of tasks, resulting in grounded action. So for those of you at times that struggle with bringing your dreams down to reality, you can work with the crystal Tiger's Eye to help you manifest. Really powerful reading here, pile one. I hope it resonates with you. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. If you were pulled towards any other pile or any other crystal, feel free to check that out as well. And if you haven't already and you're loving this channel, please hit that subscribe and notification bell. Thank you so much for tuning in, pile one, excuse me. Lots of love. Hello, pile two. You chose Rainbow Moonstone, which is a very powerful crystal. It can bring about heightened intuition. It can be all about balancing our energy centers. So a very powerful stone here. So I am getting that a lot of you are creative, a lot of creatives that chose pile two here. So whether you are creative within your professional world, or you are working on projects that really heighten your own individuality here, I'm just getting this really powerful movement where a lot of you have been working towards creating and manifesting what it is that you want in your life. So the key theme showing up for you with this Rainbow Moonstone, you have here, pile two, Heart's Desire. This is about passion projects. So it makes sense that this is coming in with the Rainbow Moonstone, because a lot of you are feeling finally, after a time of maybe some stagnancy, creative blocks, maybe even a little bit burnt out, or you've put a project on the back burner. This is the time for you to go all in, staying consistent to those dreams. You can see here, there's a wave in the background in the shape of a heart. And just like with surfing, or just like with the waves, there's some sort of consistency here, but there's also an ebb and flow. So this is about you making decisions from the heart. You may be paying attention to heart health as well, especially if it pertains to, anxieties, loneliness, depression. There could have been heartbreak that you've dealt with, loss or grief. For others of you, this is about heading into a direction where you're loving what it is that you are doing in your professional life, your personal life, within your own body. You're making decisions that are beneficial to you on all levels, body, mind, and soul. And if you're not, you are seriously putting a lot of consideration into making some big changes in your world, pile 2. You are authentically beautiful inside and out, or handsome, whatever you go by here. But this is about you having authentic gifts. A lot of you have this unique vision, and you may be thinking to yourself, and this has been showing up, you may have heard me talk about this before, but a lot of times you may say, everybody and their mom is trying to go in that direction. The market is saturated. My skills and talents are never going to shine through. Remember, pile 2, you are authentic. You in your own energy. No one else has that, right? This is about you being able to put out genuine, raw, authentic, real stuff that people are attracted to. So whether it is you starting a YouTube channel, whether it's opening an Etsy shop, perhaps you are coming into the creative arts, the healing industry, or maybe you work in the corporate world and everybody wants the same position or job that you do. This is about your authentic skills shining. And even though you can see that there's a lot of the same looking flowers in the background here, there's a drop here that's magnifying your energy. This is about you being comfortable in your own skin as well. I am getting some of you, there's something with either body image, or you may be taking a look at maybe even a small wrinkle, right? Or a gray hair, or many of them, many wrinkles, many gray hairs. And you may be taking a look at yourself saying, wow, when did this happen? It's almost like it happened overnight, right? But you are authentically beautiful. Some of you need to hear this. Go with the gray, go with the silver. You're a silver fox. If you want to let it fly, right? For others of you, you really need to know that you are beautiful inside and out, because I feel like a few of you have been really hard on yourself lately, hard on the way you look, hard on your, gifts, skills, talents, wondering if you have any, if it's worth it, what direction to go in. Trust that you are authentic. You are the real deal, pile 2. And the more that you connect with your own inner truth, the more you're going to see positive changes in your outer world. I'm also getting that some of you have an idea, whether it is, to create an online platform. It could be writing a book. It could be you being a communicator, an inspirational leader. I'm sensing here that you have something individual, something unique to you, which we all do, but something that people are going to gravitate towards, and you're actually going to take it all the way. I'm sensing you're going to stay consistent with this, and it's going to grow and build over time and really come full circle. It's going to grow to fruition here. There's financial growth here if you're looking for that. Next up, you have second chance, pile 2. Whatever area of your life you are wanting a clean slate. Maybe you're wanting to move. Maybe you're wanting a new relationship. Perhaps you're wanting to hit a new level in your career. This is allowing you a second chance to manifest what this is you want. These are a little bit of past, present, and future energies. So I do see in the past you have been opening your heart up to some sort of new desire in your world. And in the present, you're trying to put your own unique twist on the situation here and being authentic to you first and foremost. But in the near future, you do have the second chance showing up for you. Now, there could have been a rejection I'm getting because there's a better offer coming in. Remember, rejection is protection and redirection because it says better offer, do-over. This can be about trust, trying again, rebuilding. And it's interesting as well. And I mentioned this in pile 1. As I go into meditation for every collective reading that I do on Saturday, I asked Spirit, what should we be talking about today? What is the energy? And I kept getting here, repair and rebuild, repair and rebuild. So I do feel for a lot of you, because you have this second chance, it literally says rebuild. So you may be rebuilding your own image. You may be repairing a situation. You may be coming back and taking a look at it and building it from either scratch or taking off where you left off as well. Maybe 5 years ago, you started a book and you haven't looked at it since. This is a second chance for you to have this clean slate, this do-over. There's a review here as well. If you've been wanting to maybe get a promotion or go in for an interview or connect with a loved one, it doesn't have to be a blast from the past in the form of an ex. For some of you, it could be. We are going to hit Mercury retrograde here shortly, or if maybe even if you're watching this 5 months from the time it comes out, there could be a retrograde at that time as well. But sometimes that is the energy of reevaluating, taking a look at relationships, where you're at in life, where you're at in your career, and what can you do to bring about more abundance and prosperity or get yourself back on track is what I'm getting here for you, pile 2. So when it comes to finances and money, you have two of the best cards here showing up. You have the ornaments and the tree. And the ornaments is that creative passion type of energy as well. Now, some of you may be in the retail industry, beauty, cosmetology, finish work, or you're just setting yourself up for retirement. There could be some big decisions around December or whenever you may celebrate a holiday where you have ornaments. I mean, some people have Easter Christmas trees if you celebrate that, right? So, I mean, it could be around a time where there is a holiday, or maybe you, okay, thank you, Spirit. They're giving me, some of you may have an ornament on that you maybe have put on a tree, or maybe you've made, or it's been gifted to you by maybe your child, or maybe you've bought an ornament in a different location here, because I'm getting here something with an ornament being very sentimental. Some of you, this may have belonged to maybe a family member who's crossed over as well. I'm getting something here strong with the ornaments, but it having sentimental value. So please take that as it resonates. Now, for the rest of you, this is about extra money coming in because of some sort of passion project here. There's mature investment, celebration. I really like this card because a lot of you will be celebrating those big milestones and celebrating some investments that you are making. I'm also getting, if you've maybe wanted to buy a home or maybe sell your own, or looking to move, travel, relocate, there could be a better offer coming in the future, and it could be around that holiday time as well. Now, next we have the tree. This is about fruition, financial growth, things coming full circle, abundance, maybe leaving behind a legacy, not just for your family, but people that look up to you. I'm getting pile 2 that a lot of people do look up to you because of your authenticity, because of something that you're putting out into the universe. Now, this can be about stability. For others of you, it could be an outdoorsy job, or you may want to have the flexibility to spend more time outdoors. I'm also getting here, and it's interesting because it's both the images. Someone may have planted a tree, excuse me, planted a tree in remembrance to a family, or you may have donated some time into maybe volunteering to plant trees, or there could be a tree in someone's name as well, or I'm getting a bench by a tree. So I feel like there's some sort of remembrance when it comes to a loved one, or maybe a foundation, or maybe you have a dream of leaving behind that legacy, because I feel like that tree is something that, you know, trees last a long, long, long time. So it could be you leaving behind that footprint, right? Footprint in the energy and physically. All right, let's take a look and see what's showing up from the Soul Truth deck. Pile 2. Are you apologizing for your truth? Now, this is something I notice other people, other clients, and I always try to make it a point to to ask them, are you apologizing for your truth? Especially if you are the type of person that says, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, I'm sorry. Or as I'm talking about truth here, you can hear my throat chakra activated. And some of you, sometimes you don't speak what's on your mind in fear of being judged, criticized, or abandoned, rejected because of that authenticity. But remember your inner truth, what it is that you are speaking, especially when it comes to what you want to manifest, whether you're speaking it out into the universe, into a relationship. Don't apologize for what you got going on in here, pile 2. If you have something to say, say it with compassion, say it with kindness, put it out there because it matters. You matter, pile 2. What part of you is apologizing for your truth and why? Today, be proud of your truth. Be proud of who you are. Catch yourself when you want to apologize or withhold parts of it. You never know whose life you will change when you are brave enough to speak it. Be the lighthouse that shines on the courage that lives in all of us. This will give others permission to speak their own truth. There is room for us all. Today's mantra: courage is contagious. Yes, some of you have a hard truth to speak. It could be through some sort of pain, some sort of difficulty, some sort of dishonesty, some sort of hurt, right? You may help someone else by sharing some of those hardships, okay? Whether it's in your personal life, your professional life, but don't apologize for your beautiful self, pile 2, because you owe it to you to live your best life. So no more apologizing. All right. So from the tarot here, I really am loving this for you. You have the Knight of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is about you opening yourself up to new beginnings, right? The Four of Cups can feel at times frustrated, bored, impatient, lack of inspiration, feel like things aren't coming quick enough for you. You have the second chance coming in here in the near future. It's going to allow you to open up to a new opportunity, especially for those of you that you felt like you've missed out or you were denied or rejected an opportunity in the past. You have a new one coming in, a better offer, because you have this Knight of Cups here. And this Knight of Cups is someone who follows his bliss, right? He's someone who follows his heart. He's out searching for what? Their heart's desire, which you have showing up here. And I feel like there's more grace, there's more peace, and there is more inspiration coming in for you in the near future, pile 2. So Knight of Cups, if you're looking for love, this could be love coming your way. For others of you, just as we mentioned with the heart's desire, this could be a passion project that you're picking back up, or you finally feel inspired to take it to the next level. And then lastly, Wheel of Fortune. I'm loving this for you. Wheel of Fortune is a very, very positive omen coming in here for you. The Wheel of Fortune is destiny and fate intervening, meeting here to change a cycle that's been going on. It's a turning point in your world, and it's going to bring about a bout of good luck, chance, fortune. If you've been repeating a cycle, or if you've been in a cycle of, oh, this is never ending, I'm going to interview after interview or date after date, or I just can't seem to eat healthy or stop drinking or stop smoking, or whatever goals you have for yourself, whatever you are wanting to manifest, divine intervention takes place here and starts to shoot out these opportunities because you're finally opening yourself up even more to them. Not that you were closed off in the past, but remember, rejection is redirection. So you are being redirected, but sometimes we can sit in that energy and throw ourselves a little pity party, which we all do it at times as part of the human experience. But I feel like you're getting up out of that, pile 2, and you're saying, yes, my luck is turning. I'm jumping on that train before it passes me by. So for some of you, this is money. It's fortune. It can be fame. And you are on the train towards success here, whatever that may look like for you. Now you also have the relationships, and you have the Six of Cups. So it could certainly be blast from the past, which we've talked about. Some of you are dealing with love relationships, family dynamics, sister, child, mother, father, co-workers, friendships, Relationships show up in all forms, pile 2. You know this. Relationships are just mere images of our own life. I'm getting here that some of you may have had an argument or a disagreement with someone close to your heart, and it's something that may have happened a long time ago, but I'm getting some sort of mending or an apology as well, or forgiveness. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to physically come back together with this person, but it could be something that you were hanging on to that is now ready to fully be released. You may even hear from this person. Relationships are mere images of your own life, how you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and people around you. Be aware that every relationship, pile 2, is an opportunity for growth. Yes, it is. And you're starting to see that from a brand new angle, a brand new perspective. Even that person that may have commented something negative on your social media post or feed. Even that person in the grocery store who you did a kind deed for, but they didn't even acknowledge you. Maybe for that boss who didn't even say great job when you went above and beyond, right? Even those situations and scenarios, it can be a mirror reflected back to us, not saying that you are, ungrateful, but for you to show even more compassion in those moments for yourself and for others, because maybe you're realizing that they need it more, right? So take a look at all of the relationships, every single one, and take a look at how that may be impacting your own energy, pile 2. Next, we have the 6 of Raphael, 6 of Cups, blast from the past energy. It can be the card of nostalgia, reconnecting to a past person, but most importantly, it's the card of second chances. And these all came out. I pulled one specific card that I picked at the very end, and it's actually Moonstone. I did that for all of the crystals so we could touch base on the crystal itself, but all of these came out on their own. And this is the card of second chances, which you have here, second chances. So beautiful coincidence taking place here. And it says, embrace your inner child, new friends or rekindled relationships. This can be about children. It can be about childhood, healing, maybe some childhood wounding. It could be repairing situations with children, or I'm also getting here, some of you may have felt like you were being bought, whether it was buying affection or friendship, okay, whether it was you, maybe you were the one who was buying the affection, or you felt someone was doing that to you, or you may have been romanticizing some sort of past situation, but I feel like you're getting raw and honest about taking off those rose-colored lens, right? And allowing yourself to see the situation for what it was. And that is actually going to allow you, pile 2, to heal, to repair, to rebuild. Very important message here. And last but not least, you have the Moonstone, because we have Rainbow Moonstone here. So again, I did pick this out because I would love to read here the message from Moonstone, which is all about intuition, insight, inner wisdom, and it is that inner voice within. Inner knowing and inner sensing, these are the talents that the universe has bestowed upon all of us, but we have been conditioned to minimize their importance and instead pay more attention to the knowing that comes from experiencing life through our physical senses and logical analysis. Do you hone your intuition? Do you trust it? Even when you can't point to a logical reason why you know what you know. Your message from Moonstone Spirit is to tune in and listen to your intuition. It will speak to you through an inner voice, an inner vision, an inner sensation that feels real because, well, it is. It has many ways of communicating with you, pile 2. Now is a time to pull back the veil between the visible and invisible worlds. Trust that the hidden reality matters and know that your intuition comes from the universe, which possesses wisdom, knowledge, and understanding far beyond your own. If there's a relationship in your world that your intuition is telling you something, don't dismiss it just because you can't justify the inner convictions. Moonstone Spirit is here to tell you you're not crazy. Sometimes people may tell you you have a crazy idea or you're crazy about this because your intuition, maybe you've been told that as a child, oh, don't believe in that, or your intuition is not correct, and you may have second guessed it. You're having this second opportunity, this new chance to really hone into your intuitive abilities here, because some of you may have felt like you've lost touch with who you were or lost touch with your own intuition. When you meditate with Moonstone pile 2, it can help you reconnect to the moon, the tides, the divine feminine. It brings us back to our intuition and draws our attention to the cycles of life, from maiden to mother to crone. Moonstone is a wonderful stone to use during, it can be pregnancies, new ideas, birthing new thoughts, new creations into reality, and it can help you really connect to your inner self, your inner world, your own intuition. So Moonstone, if you were attracted to pile 2, Rainbow Moonstone, a lot of you are highly intuitive and creative. Know that you have everything you need within yourself here. You are authentic. You are divine. Don't give up on yourself, on your gifts, or your goals. I hope this resonates, pile 2. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do feel attracted towards any other piles or crystals, feel free to check that out, or just save this and come back to it later. You may find that your energy resonates to a different pile. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lots of love. Hello, pile 3. You chose the Chakra Selenite wand. So pile 3, this is all about raising your vibrations. It is about you healing, connecting to your higher self, and taking a look at your health as well. Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So let's see what we have here for you. We have some soul lessons showing up. So a lot of you have been learning. You've been in that phase of teacher and student, which we all go through that phase at different times throughout our life. But I feel like a lot of you have learned some deep, heavy lessons. And now it's time to implement those lessons to create more abundance and prosperity into your world. So you have the soul lessons, which talks about inner growth. It talks about karmic cycles, past life patterns, possibly limiting beliefs for you. It's about wisdom through strength. Again, learning and teaching. So you may be in that beginner's mindset. You may be in that teacher's mindset. Some of you may be teachers, coaches, mentors. You may be therapists. For others of you, you've definitely grown. I'm getting here, you've learned a lot, because this is past, present, and future energy. So with the soul lessons here, you've learned these lessons in the past, and I'm feeling that you're on to, again, raising those vibrations with selenite, and it's your time to maybe teach, grow, advance in any area of your life. So soul lessons showing up in the past is all about you gaining the wisdom necessary to move forward and create more abundance in your world, whatever that abundance may look like for you. Now, pile 3, you have in the present energy a major breakthrough. This is about a realization, an epiphany, an aha moment that's going to bring you clarity, possibly even a new beginning, victory, advancement. This is the moment of truth that you've been waiting for quite some time, because this soul lesson, whatever this was in the past, and many of you, as we all do, we have many soul lessons, many human experiences here on earth. That's what we came here for. I like to think of life as school, right? Life is like school, and we come here to learn and to advance and to grow. And there's a major breakthrough coming in from a situation where you're getting it and you're realizing it for what it was, right? An opportunity for evolution. And you're having this breakthrough moment here in the present energy where you're going to realize that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And if you've been wanting and really working hard in your career, you're going to see yourself hitting some sort of milestone, because I am getting here accomplishments or victory when it comes to career. In relationships, there may be a major breakthrough between you and a loved one, whether it's a partnership, whether it's a family member, a friend, a coworker. Breakthrough in communication I am sensing here. When it comes to your health, some of you may have had some deep soul lessons when it came to health, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You're finding answers, you're finding solutions, and I feel like you're on the mends here because you have the chakras showing up, and there may have been some situations that were mystery illnesses, or some of you may have suffered from autoimmune disorders. Please seek medical professional guidance if need be. But on an energetic level here, you're taking a look at the root cause of a situation. And because you're doing that, instead of just masking it with a Band-Aid, you are having a major breakthrough. We also have here education. A lot of you are gaining that necessarily or excuse me, necessary knowledge and wisdom. Whether you are a teacher, you may be a mentor, perhaps you're going back to school, starting a class, teaching a class. You may be writing a book. You may be taking an online course, studying, training, going back to school. This is all about knowledge and education, whether it is you reading a self-help book, to a memoir that inspires you, to going back to school, or whatever this may be for you. But your mind is like a sponge in the near future. In the near future, you may be contemplating one of these things as well. I am getting something with digital technology. This could also be a platform. You may be teaching or taking an online course or putting one out into the ether here. But I do feel that you have a lot of wisdom to share and to teach as well. Even if you are the student at this time, you'll be able to gain that wisdom. And I feel like a lot of you already have. You've been through a lot here, pile 3, and now you're able to implement it into your world, either professionally or personally, to help others overcome some of their challenges as well. So really powerful dynamic. Now, when it comes to your career, your finances, your money, you actually have here the seal card with the frame. You may even be gaining a master's, a certification, whether it is a Reiki certification. I'm getting here something in cosmetology. You may be getting, a license, something of that nature here, because you have the sealing the deal. You may be taking an exam or a course again, but you have this frame card, and this can be about accomplishments. Some of you are in the art and design industry. You may work from home, or there's something where you are changing up your home space. You may be renovating, buying, relocating, selling, purging some of your items within the home space as well. Or you may be self-employed. I'm getting here, this is really specific. I think it's called Poshmark. Some of you may sell or refurbish and then sell. I'm getting that energy. Please take it as it resonates. It could be for your profession, or maybe you just do that on the side. You buy and sell. I'm getting that here for some of you, but this is also about steady income, organizing, and hitting those accomplishments that you have set out to accomplish. Some of you may even be getting a raise, and they're giving me a name here, Maggie, if that is your name, someone you work with, a grandmother. Really positive energy around Maggie. Please take that as it resonates here. Now, you also have the seal. You may be sealing the deal with a new partnership, a new company, a new contract, a real estate agent, or a brokerage, right? This can be you connecting maybe with a bank or financial matters, rewriting a will or an inheritance, something with law as well. But I am getting administrative tasks, writing, clerical, paperwork. This can be a gift of money, whether that shows up in the form of a check or again in the form of an inheritance, or there could be a direct deposit coming in here. It could be someone's birthday showing up as well, and there's money in a card, because they just showed me opening a card and money coming out as well. But I feel here that there is a soul or business contract showing up here in the near future if it hasn't already, and you may have to even e-sign or look over paperwork and sign a document here, but this is for the better. You're sealing the deal. There's a stamp of approval here, and it's actually going to create possibly this breakthrough or this aha moment for you. So sealing the deal on some sort of accomplishment. Finally, after putting your hard work in, you're moving forward here. So this is really wonderful. Again, Selenite is about ascension. It's about raising your vibrations, and that's what you're doing here. Now, from the Soul Truth deck, pile 3, you have, do I surround myself with people who lift me up? This is very, very important. What do they say? You are the top 5 people that you hang around with, right? You mirror their energies, or whatever that median frequency is, right? When you're finding, when you're hang around an energy and there's mostly this energy consuming, you become a part of that. So make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, who inspire you. You're reading things that uplift you. You may be listening to podcasts, listening to maybe YouTube videos. You are around other like-minded souls. I'm getting some of you in a class environment, or you may be bouncing ideas off of other employees. Maybe it's on Zoom, or it could be at work where you're having maybe a company meeting and everyone is able to express, communicate, and share. The people with whom we surround ourselves determine who we become. Does your tribe fill you up, pile 3? Do they inspire you? Do they believe in you? And do they help you step into your greatest potential? Now, sometimes there's the people around you that you can't necessarily just love from a distance, right? Especially if they are quite challenging. And these can be maybe people that you do live with, or it can be people that you have to work with on a daily basis. If you are in that situation, it's important to keep your vibes high and not to let them come in and take over, not to hand or give your power away, because sometimes even though you don't want to do that, that's not the intention, that can still happen at times and get the best of you. It can get the best of any of us. Today's soul action, pile 3, make a desire list of the type of people with whom you wish to surround yourself. And clarify, is there anyone in your life who no longer serves you? Can you love them from a distance? So yes, if you're able to love someone from a distance, perhaps you go see a family member, and I'm probably going to get some backlash for this, but maybe you go see a family member because you feel blood family, you're indebted to them, you must give them your time, your energy, your love, even if they disrespect you, even if they step across boundaries, or even if it's an unhealthy pattern. Sometimes a lot of people think they have to stay in that situation because they owe it to the person for whatever reason. Most of the time because it is blood, or because this person has raised you, or because they're your sibling or child, whatever it is here. Healthy boundaries are important. And one of my mottos here is be around people who respect you, right? If they're going to respect you in return, then beautiful. Let there be reciprocity. But if someone is crossing the lines, disrespecting you, shaking up your energy, leaving you feeling depleted, right? Energy vampire. If someone is unhealthy, I don't care if it is, your godmother or someone who you feel indebted to. If they are crossing a line, pile 3, and it is just not healthy and it's leaving you feeling depleted, then it may be important to really ask yourself, is this worth it? Is it worth my belief, which in this case could be a limiting belief? Is it worth that belief to stay in a situation where I'm being walked on, stepped on, stomped on? No, absolutely not. Love from a distance. You will not be damned. You will not be cast aside here. You can love from a distance, because self-love and staying true to you is first and foremost here. So surround yourself with people who uplift you. I would love to hear in the comments who these people are for you. And this could be an author, it could be a creator, it could be an inspirational leader, it could be a family member, anyone in your life, pile 3, that uplifts you. I would love to hear who that is. So please drop that in the comment box below. Better yet, if you can come up with 3, I would love to hear 3. And I will, for those of you that drop those comments in the comment box below, I'll enter you into the free monthly reading giveaway where I draw one lucky winner around the 1st of each month. All you need to do is drop the 3 people that uplift you in your life. Okay, and you may need to sit with that for a bit. It could be someone who's crossed over. I just heard someone say my grandmother, but she's not here. That's okay. One of my favorite people is Wayne Dyer. He's no longer here either, and I actually had a conversation with him, very, very powerful, after he crossed away. I connected with his energy. So we don't have to have those people in the physical. They don't have to be family. They can be people we've never met. Now this was really interesting. When it comes to the tarot, you have the 9 of Wands. There's that determination. Some of you, you're that wounded warrior, but your stubbornness at times can, can benefit you. It can harm, but it can benefit you, I feel, in this case, because it means you're not giving up, because you have two aces. You have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Beautiful. Getting clear on your vision, aha moment, breakthrough. That's what that Ace of Swords is all about. You're staying determined here. And the Ace of Wands is one of the best aces there is, right? So starting with this Nine of Wands showing up, remember what we just talked about with healthy boundaries? You can see here that that porcupine, he set up a quilled fence, right? Because he doesn't want that sly, cunning fox to come on his side, right? Because he might do something sneaky, or there's a hidden agenda here. This fox may try to do something that's less than desirable. Therefore, that porcupine puts those quills into the ground and sets a healthy boundary. That is the message for you here, that you can set those healthy boundaries, that you have that persistence, that discipline, spiritual strength, and courage to not give up, because you're so close to some sort of breakthrough moment if you haven't already had this. Nines are about completions, right? They're about service. They're about accomplishments, and it can be solitude. It can be a lonely path at times, but I do feel you're going to be a lot happier by continuing to move forward and setting that healthy boundary for yourself. And that can be in terms of family, in terms of, career, your time. I'm getting time management for some of you. You may be saying yes when you really mean no, or you may be saying no when you really mean yes. Make sure that you are doing things that stir your soul and help you feel like you're aligned with your purpose. Because you're on the right track, pile 3. You absolutely are. But sometimes we make things a little more difficult subconsciously, right? We're not even aware that we do these things, but it could be held within our limiting beliefs. And as I was meditating and connecting to Spirit about this reading here, which I do every Saturday, every time we connect on a collective level. Well, all the readings, I should say. But I always say, what is the collective energy? And I kept hearing repair and rebuild, repair and rebuild. So there's a theme here amongst all the readings about repairing and rebuilding, whether from the ground up or coming back to revisit a piece that maybe you set on the back burner, or you can start at any age or however far into something you are in. You can repair it and you can rebuild it. And some of you really need to know that here, because double ace energy is a double whammy. When you have the Ace of Swords, this is about a brand new understanding. Okay, there could be communication coming in here for you. You may be finding solutions through truth, through logic, through clarity. You're coming up with an action plan and you're cutting through the barriers. This is literally an aha moment, a breakthrough, because you're raising your vibrations. You're leveling up here. I'm also getting a small dog coming in here. It could have a little bit of poodle in the mix. I'm getting very curly hair, whether this is a dog that's crossed over or one that you currently have. Please take that as it resonates. I'm just getting a tight curly haired medium, small to medium size dog. Again, please take that as it resonates. Breakthrough moments coming in for you that are going to lead to this Ace of Wands. Now this Ace of Wands, you see here that there's a spider at the top and he's weaving this web. Now, weaving a web takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy, but it is unique. Each one is different. Each one is authentic. And you see all the lilies here in the background as well. So I feel like you are chasing your dreams, pile 3. You are feeling that new sense of inspiration, new sense of purpose. You're reinventing yourself from the inside out, especially when it comes to your career, your projects, your passion, your creativity, because a lot of you may have felt like you were lacking passion or lacking motivation because of some soul lessons that were very difficult for you to endure or go through. When this Ace of Wands shows up, some of you may have fire in your chart as well as air. I mean, you can be any signs. These are collective readings. But I am getting with this Ace of Wands, this is about a new sense of energy. If you've been low on energy, there's this breakthrough moment where you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm also getting here throat chakra, and that's actually shown up for the other two readings as well, pile 1 and 2. So if you were gravitating towards any other piles or crystals, feel free to check them out or save them for a later time whenever you feel compelled to tune in and connect. But I'm getting here something with adrenals, could be thyroid. Again, I'm not a medical professional. Please see the disclaimer in the description box below. But when it comes to chakras, I am seeing here the throat chakra specifically. And then I'm also getting this energy of grounding. So grounding, getting firm footing back into place here. There may have been a situation with knees, ankles, hips, feet, toes, or even legs. Because I'm getting, again, that root chakra, and that can affect the lower back region as well as that perineum area. So I do feel a lot of you are healing or recovering from some sort of instability, whether it's physical or whether it was emotional instability, but you're reinventing yourself from the inside out. So Ace of Wands, beautiful card to have here. You're reinventing yourself, setting new goals, and you're staying optimistic along the way. You have the Have Fun card. Now this is about celebration. Some of you may have a birthday coming up or a milestone, an achievement, an award. You may have a child's birthday coming up as well. They're giving me the name here, Danica. Danica, if that is your name, someone around you, please take that as it resonates. That could be someone's birthday. It says, pile 3, stop. When was the last time you had fun? When was the last time you took a chance and did something silly, something totally unlike you, something just for the joy of it? It's long overdue for you to let go of your analytical mind and give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. There you go, from that Ace of Swords. That can be very analytical, very logical, finding solutions, but then you switch to that Ace of Wands. So that's about inspiration. It is about creativity, passions, desires. So having a little bit of fun here in the near future is exactly what your soul needs at this time. When you go through such challenges, right? When you have these soul lessons, a lot of the time, the lesson in itself is not to take life so seriously, right? We don't have to complicate it. Some of you are saying, Melissa, if I could make it not complicated, I would, right? But simplicity here and having fun is the key, is the answer. So I feel like there's some times of fun showing up for you here in the near future. Say yes to them. You may want to take a look at your schedule, time management. Are you incorporating more things into your schedule that bring more happiness and more pleasure and more fun? If not, you may want to rearrange a few things and be able to incorporate more family time, more time taking maybe your children to the park, or you being able to focus on your passion projects or your goals that you have for yourself. Now, next we have the Empress. I love the Empress showing up for you. This is about birthing and creating new ideas, new life, new energies into the world. Some of you may be pregnant, getting pregnant if you are wanting that to happen. Or if you're not wanting that to happen, pay attention. It says time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Yes. Luxurious or abundant resources. So some of you may be splurging, buying something for yourself if you're fortunate enough to be able to, whether it is, a piece of jewelry, maybe it's a crystal, perhaps it's a vehicle, maybe it is a painting for your home. It could be maybe a new home in itself. Maybe it's a trip, whatever it is here for you. I feel like there is some sort of luxury coming in because of your hard work. But I'm also getting with this Empress energy, this is creativity at its max, right? This Empress here, she nurtures and grows whatever she puts her time and energy towards. And it doesn't just grow into, a regular size carrot. It grows into a darn carrot on steroids, right? She puts that time and that love and energy into it where it really grows and it multiplies. It's abundant. It is very vital and healthy and loving and nurturing and caring. So whatever it is that you are putting your time, energy, and effort into that brings your heart happiness, go with that flow and keep on going, because something is coming full circle here. Now, last but not least, pile 3, the only card that I pulled personally is Selenite because of your crystal here. And I want to share with you from the guidebook the message for Selenite. It's card 49. Some of you may be 49 years old. And whoa, they just pointed to my shirt here. And look at that. There's actually a 49. Some of you, maybe you're born in 1949. There could be an energy here of being born on the 4th or the 9th, or maybe you have that in your life path number, your personal year number. Please take that as it resonates. Selenite is about liquid light. It is about fluidity, flexibility, illumination, and clarity, raising your vibration. When selenite spirit appears, its message to you is to keep moving past your challenges. Your sight's always on raising your vibration, to be like liquid light, illuminating, fluid, and flexible, for even the earth and her rocks, stones, and crystals change and reveal more of themselves over time. Selenite spirit's message is that whatever the pace of change, you must yield your expectations about how things should be so that you can discover the beauty in how things are evolving. Like liquid light flowing around an obstacle, you have the capacity to move more freely than you might realize. Know that a new perspective can help you see that. You don't ever have to be stopped in your tracks. Be flexible in your thinking, for there is more wisdom in the consciousness than in your own individual mind, and it is always available to you. The way out of old patterns is to enter the unknown without maps or well-defined familiar paths. Surrender your fear and know that the universe is here to provide you with clarity and guide you through unexpected twists and turns. Yes, I'm loving this for you. When it comes to relationships, they can certainly offer us the opportunity to deepen our trust and to experience personal transformation, because wanting to make a relationship work can be the key to releasing your beliefs about how the other person ought to act and how very right you are at all times. It can allow us to see things from that higher perspective, to raise our vibration, pile 3, and get us out of that pattern, that dynamic, especially for those of you that have been replaying a karmic cycle here. We often think of wealth too literally, as having money or owning property or stuff, instead of acknowledging its spiritual nature. The earth has boundless riches, for it reflects the universe's endless love for us all. Our task is to bring light and stay connected to our higher power and recognize prosperity in all of its forms. So when you meditate pile 3 with selenite, it can bring purity to your thoughts, especially if you do struggle with limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, or you're struggling with communicating with a loved one or a person in your world. This can clear any contaminants. It can clear clutters caused by beliefs or of our own or those of others. Selenite can clear out energy as well as the energy of other crystals, and it never needs cleansing itself. This is an optimal stone to have in a healing room, as it can assist in keeping the space free of unwanted or detrimental energies. This is really a wonderful crystal. And also for those of you that work on a computer or near technology, you can set selenite. I have a lot of selenite here all around. I have one here. I have one up here. I use this. You can use this because it can help with electromagnetic energies and waves as well and keep things more neutralized. So selenite is a powerhouse stone. So it doesn't surprise me if you chose pile 3. You yourself are a powerhouse, pile 3. So I hope this resonates with you. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. If you feel pulled or gravitated again towards any other reading, feel free to check that out as well. I will post in the description box below the other collective readings that have to do with fear, limiting beliefs, spiritual gifts, all of that good stuff that is on a collective level for each and every one of you. It's not specifically geared towards any specific sign. It's just if you're feeling pulled and gravitating towards that. Again, I would love for you to comment in the comment box below the people who inspire you. And also, if you haven't hit that subscribe and you're vibing with this channel, please feel free to do that. Share, like, comment, hit that bell. Thank you so much for tuning in, beautiful souls. I love being the channel for you, and I'm so grateful you are a part of our intuitive soul tribe. Lots of love.